Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another Yak Chat, and tonight our special guest is quite a well-known musician in the New Orleans area, quite well-loved too. He'd been around for a while, and he'd been there and done that, I guarantee you. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Bobby Cure.
Hey, how we
As
doing,
of
Bob?
good. As of Bobby Cure and the Summertime Blues, people still remember that well.
Yes, they do. They do. We been around a long time.
When did you start with the Summertime Blues?
Well, I always say around 71 we started, in earnest. I was playing before that. So about 50
Mhm.
years.
Wow. And who were your original musicians? You had Big Bill, we know that.
Before that, I had people way before that. But I think the main band that you remember from the World's Fair would have been
Hmm.
Bill and Mike on keys and Jerry on drums and of course Robin and Scott on saxophone. That
Hmm.
was the band that most people saw when we recorded the album and the CD and uh, and the 45. That was all done with that band.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So where'd they all go? Where are
Well,
they today?
uh, most of well, let's see. Scott moved out of town. Bill died.
Hmm.
I think Mike's retired, and Robin sings at church, and Jerry is got a day gig.
All
You know,
right.
so
Here
that's where
you
they're
go.
all at.
Here you go. Stephanie Cara would like to know when you're going to do another cruise, Bobby.
After COVID, never. Don't look for me on a ship again. Uh, no, they had those people that were stranded out in the sea for a month
I
because
remember
they
that.
wouldn't let them off the boat.
Oh,
We had just gotten back about 2 weeks before that from a cruise. So no, don't look for me on a boat anymore.
that had to be a nightmare, you know. Every day they'd wake up and say, "Is this the day?" And they
Yeah,
had to be on for a good month, huh? Good Lord.
they were out there about 30 days.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So let's see who else we got here. Erin McNulty Fiorello. She
Oh
said,
wow,
"You are one
Aaron.
of the absolute best."
Oh, thank you, Aaron. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
So you
good fans.
you were one of the most well recognized bands in the entire city, and the area really with lounges and weddings and everything. Everybody wanted Bobby Cure and the Summertime Blues.
We were very popular. I had my own club in Chalmette, which I bought in '78, and we were able to back up all of the New Orleans artists, Irma and Frankie Ford and Oliver Morgan and Ernie Cato, and of course we had Fats Domino play there, and
Hmm.
we even had Chubby Checker play there, and the Drifters, and
And Brooke Benton too.
Brooke Benton. We lost some money with him. Uh, But so we were very popular in backing people up. And then when we went to the World's Fair, the rest of the world got to hear us besides Chalmette. And we became very popular from like '84 until I'd say a good 15 years. We were the number one band in town,
Mhm.
you know.
So when did you decide to open up your own place, Bobby's Place, right off of Paris Road? You know that.
Well, it was just kind of fell into it. Alan Yeager, my cousin, uh, he knew about this building for sale in Chalmette. His dad knew the people selling it, and so I bought it, and that was it. We were there for about 7 or 8 years,
Hmm.
and we had lots of fun there. Had lots of fun. You were always our MC for our shows, which went
Yeah.
on till 6 in the morning.
Yes, they did. That was when I first met you because Pal Al Nasser from
Right,
WTIX, he
the
was,
Chalmation.
I was working there at the time with Al, and he said, "You got to come out there sometime because Bobby Cure's got this good oldies place."
Right,
So I finally went out there and I met you for the first time, and I said, "Wow, look at this, man! You had Lee Dorsey, and you had Tommy Ridgely, and you had
right.
Lee Allen doing the second line with everybody all through the audience." And Uh, I said, boy, this place has got potential. I think he even had Art and Aaron Neville, if I
We had the
recall
Neville brothers
correctly.
there. Yeah. Yeah, we
Hmm.
did.
You
I
had
remember
everybody.
when I was going to do my 45, I was doing his song, Greatest Love. And backstage, I said, Aaron, do you mind if I redo your song? He says, no, no problem. So I did.
Yeah, and it still gets played.
Yep. Still does.
Uh-huh. Everybody knows it as the Whoa Whoa song.
Yeah, huh? That's right.
They they don't request it so much by Bobby Cure. They just say play the Whoa Whoa song, but I know who they mean. They mean for you. So yeah, Chubby Checker was great, and the Fats Domino
Oh,
shows that you had there were terrific.
he's my favorite. I know lots and lots of. I've been on stage, with lots of people. I've opened up for big acts, the Beach Boys and stuff like that. At the World's Fair. I mean, at the Jazz Fest, and Fats Domino was just the best. He could just stay up there and do 2 hours of his own music and sound just like the record. He was my favorite.
Yeah,
Lost
he,
something there.
yeah, he would just stand up and bump and bump and bump with the
That piano, yeah,
piano all across your stage and
that's right.
one side to the other.
Yep.
And he was fun to meet in your dressing room. I mean, not in your dressing room,
Yeah.
just where they freshen up and get ready. And I got to talk to him in there, and I saw that ring he had on his finger. It looked like a wagon wheel, just coated with diamonds.
Yeah.
And I said, Pat, you mind if I take a picture of that? He said, oh, no, no picture of that. I guess he figured somebody would come rob him. But that turned out that was the ring that he offered to John Lennon of the
Really?
Beatles, yeah, to satisfy some of his debts, shall we say. But John Lennon said no, he didn't want to buy the ring from him.
Uh-huh.
So
He was great. Great.
yeah.
They're all gone now. The only ones left are, Aaron's still alive and Irma, but
Hmm.
everybody else is gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Alan Yeager's still there. You remember
Yeah.
when he did his performances?
Oh, Alan coming out of the coffin doing Elvis. That was a big show. We
Oh
got a lot
yeah.
out of that.
How much were you charging at the door for these shows? Do you
I don't
remember?
know. It was like
Back
five
in those
bucks.
days.
Like
$5?
$5. Yeah.
That was
You
the
know.
same as the Beatles.
Right. Right.
But I
And we did that
remember.
Elvis show for years, man. We did it for 2 or 3 years straight.
Hmm. Yep. They
Of course,
would.
that was what started right after he died. He died in 77, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And we started doing that in 78. So, yeah, that was
Only,
big.
only Alan wheeling the coffin down
Yeah.
down the middle of the place up to the stage and opened it up, and there was Alan.
Yep.
They did a good show.
He did. He did. That was lots of fun doing that
Hmm.
50 show and the Elvis show. But we had Johnny Adams there. Remember that? He used to stand
Hmm.
on stage with him and just sing. And what a voice he had, you know?
One of the shows that is my favorite, I think, was Lee Dorsey,
Uh-huh.
because not to say anything down about it, but Lee had been in his motorcycle accident, and he had
Right.
banged up his legs quite a bit, and he had about 2 years before he came into your place. Actually, he had come into your place to see somebody else that was performing, but he was in the audience along with Sugar Boy Crawford. And so Lee was there, and they said, "Come on, Lee, come up on the stage." And he hobbled up with his crutches, and hobbled up the stairs and onto the stage. And everybody said, come on, Lee, do a song, do a song. No, I can't. Come on, Lee. And what the crutches went flying, and he was dancing all over the place and singing his songs.
Yeah.
What a character he was. Lee Dorsey, you never saw him without a smile on his face.
Yeah. I remember one time Bobby Charles was in the audience.
Yeah, he was there for
Yeah.
Fats.
Yeah, he was there, and
Hmm.
it was Dave Bartholomew played with Fats,
Yeah.
It was pretty remarkable to have all of that go on uh, in our lifetimes, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, it seems like now it's just forgot about, you know. It's a shame the city that had all of that for, say, from 1950 to 1965, that we were the number one, you know, producer of music in the country. And now we don't even have a street name for Fats Domino. You know, they're talking about wanting to rename the streets right now. Why don't
Yeah.
we take St. Claude, which is where he lived, and name it Fats Domino Boulevard?
Yeah.
You
That would
know,
be appropriate. Yeah.
nobody knows who St. Claude is anyway.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
mean,
heard of St. Claude in
right.
religion class.
Right. So we could make that Fats Domino Boulevard. We could take Robert E. Lee and make it Allen Toussaint Boulevard because he lived on Robert E. Lee.
Hmm.
You know, and they could take Lee Circle and put everybody's plaque all the way around. You know, Cato and Johnny Adams and Frankie Ford, all of those people, and have a little write up about them. It would be a place for tourists to come see.
Hmm.
You know, go to Memphis. Everything's Elvis. You know, here
Hmm.
we get all that music and they don't take any advantage of it. So,
You look back at the music scene in New Orleans from, say, 1956 to 1964. It was incredible how many
right,
songs that we had on the national charts. And
right,
so many stars: Ernie Cato, Benny Spellman, Irma Thomas, the Dixie Cups,
right,
and Frankie Ford. It was incredible how many people we had. So much talent.
right. We played behind the Dixie Cups at the last Jazz Fest,
Hmm.
and Frog. We backed up Frog Man and Al Johnson. They're still around and they still
Hmm.
sound good.
Yeah.
But just there's no mention of them in this city, and it could be a tourist attraction. You can make it a place to go to see this and hear it. You know, they don't do it.
You would think so.
Fats Domino was having hit records 5 years before Elvis was heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were times I noticed looking at the charts that Fats Domino had four hits on
Hmm.
the National 100 in 1961 on
Right.
a certain part of that year, but four hits on the
Right.
charts. That's incredible, but he had them.
Well, he had. They tell me he had more hit singles than anybody except Elvis.
Hmm.
You know, so that's a pretty big achievement, and no mention of him now. He's gone.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so
Well,
let's send this to the city council and tell them that's my idea.
they don't listen to anything. They do what they want. So, I imagine the only two that we missed having on stage at your place would be Huey Smith and
Hmm.
Sugar Boy. Sugar Boy was there the night Lee
He was
Dorsey was
there,
there. I
but
mentioned
he
that.
wouldn't sing anymore by
No,
that
he
time.
wouldn't sing.
And one other one would have been Professor Longhair. We never had him.
Yeah.
So, but pretty much everybody else we did.
Well, Professor Longhair, he was probably gone by the time you opened up. I think he died in what, 1980,
He
1979?
was still around when we were doing the shows, but I didn't
Yeah.
know him, and so we just never did get him
Hmm.
there. You know, so
Yeah. So, what happened in your World's Fair days with the chicken dance and all that? What memories do you have of that?
well, uh, we played there day and night. We'd start at three in the afternoon and play to 7, and then take a break for dinner, and then play till 12 or 1 in the morning. 6 days a week for 6 months. So it was great. More people saw us there than we would have ever seen in Chalmette. You know, I mean, I'm from Chalmette; it's not a problem, but people just didn't go down there, you know, to see
Hmm.
us. But it sure made our name popular, and we became the band for all of the Mardi Gras balls, all the weddings, you know, just everything. We were the band to get
Yeah.
from '85 until I'd say around 2000. Yeah,
I didn't go to the World's Fair. Which pavilion or which
we were
stage
at
were you?
the Hurricane Saloon, which was a block inside of the main gate.
Mm-hmm.
And we played there day and night. It was great. Terrific gig. Made lots of money.
Yeah. Why did the chicken dance get so popular during the World's
Well,
Fair?
right down the block was the German beer garden. And they did it there every, I don't know, half an hour or something. They did it there all the time. We didn't really do it. We might have done it once a night just to, but they're the ones made that popular.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the German beer garden. You also had Pete Fountain playing a block away at the time, It was quite a place to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame they couldn't keep it longer.
Of course, you seemed to become the WTIX house band back then for the Mighty 690 because we were doing that Sunday night show, and it would go from venue to venue, and it was very,
Right.
very popular. And all of a sudden, we got the idea: why don't we do some live shows? And of course, you were in agreement of it. And I'm thinking of Bert's on Canal and Claiborne. Used to be some old folks' home or whatever. But let's see. One night we had Johnny Adams there and Jimmy Elledge and I
Jimmy!
think one of the
Jimmy
Nevilles.
I forgot about him. He sang really good. Jimmy
Yeah.
Elledge, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I don't remember that place. I remember doing Frankie G's with you.
Yeah,
Here in
Frankie.
Kenner.
That
And
was
of course, we did some stuff at the lakefront
mhm.
together, and but
Yeah, well, Bert's was, like I say, on Canal and Claiborne, and we were there for about a year. That was on Q93 WQUE. And
okay,
then we moved over to Frankie G's,
Mhm.
which is right behind Lamarck's place
Right.
in Kenner. And what shows we had there, the one that sticks out in my mind is the one where we had Irma and Ernie Cato and Aaron Neville. And I
Yeah.
think we have Pete DeLeese in there too, but we just squeezed him in. And it was incredible because it was free. They weren't charging to get in.
Right.
And they had a line from inside of the hotel all the way down to the interstate. And they couldn't let everybody in. It was incredible.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably a year after the World's Fair was when Mike opened up with the Bengal.
Yeah.
And we played there for 8 years straight, every Wednesday night for 8 years.
Uh-huh.
With you. You were doing Sundays, we were doing Wednesdays.
Yep.
And that was a big stretch of time for us there.
Yeah. It's really a shame that so many people aren't around anymore to enjoy the music or share the music with us.
It's they're dropping like flies, Bob. It's I mean, there's only a few left.
Yeah. Whoops. Glenn May. He says
Lord.
that you didn't mention Tommy Ridgely and Danny White and the Cavaliers and Dr. John.
You said Danny White. You said Tommy Ridgely.
Yeah.
We didn't mention Danny White. He was there. That's right. Tell him thank you for loaning me his crutches. Glenn. Oh, Glenn May. He was one of my first guitar players. Oh, Glenn. And I used to make fun of him because he had a slight limp. And about a month later, I had to go to the hospital. I stuck a needle in my foot. He loaned me his crutches. So never make fun of people.
Oh, Lord. Let's see. Who else is... where is Huey Smith these days? Somebody wants to know.
I think he's dead.
Do you? I didn't hear yet that he was
I
dead.
think he's dead. And of course, Bobby Marchand was the singer for all of those songs. Huey didn't sing those songs. Bobby Marchand did.
Mhm.
He's dead. He played at the club, Bobby Marchand. It's hard to remember everybody. We didn't mention Bobby Mitchell yet.
That's true, yeah. There were so many, but once again, they were everywhere. You could go to almost any venue on a Saturday night, and they would have one or two of the local artists,
right,
that were stars, really.
Right, and they're all gone. but they shouldn't let their memory pass away too. The city should make money off of them. That's the only way they'll do anything, if they make some money. So,
Mhm.
uh,
So anyway, let's see what else we got here. Don't forget Dr. John.
Dr. John.
And
I don't think he played at my club, but we did work with him at the Jazz Fest.
mhm,
Yeah, and we used to do the Christmas parties for C. Saint Studios,
mhm,
and he would be there for that. One time, Patti LaBelle was there for that,
I remember.
and yeah, that was pretty cool knowing those folks at C. Saint,
Mhm,
and they would have their Christmas parties at Jaeger's on Legion Fields.
mhm. Yeah, and then they moved it to C. Saint Studios at later times.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand that one year Eric Clapton was there,
Uh-huh.
and he was passed out in one of the rooms at C. Saint, and people would just go by and peek in the window and say, "Look, there's Eric Clapton. He's laying down on the floor."
Uh,
But that could just be, a rumor.
I know Joe Cocker showed up one time and they didn't let him in because they thought he was a bum. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Patti LaBelle being there for sure.
Yeah. Patti LaBelle was there. She had just made her song, the big hit,
Lady Marmalade.
Marmalade. Yeah.
Yeah. And who else did we leave out? We left out Jean Knight.
Mm.
Oh, she's a character, huh? She loves to sing.
Jean was a great singer.
Hmm.
She went to school, became a nurse. And I don't think she was singing towards the end there. But she was on all of the shows at the club, too.
Uh,
Mhm.
Yeah, she did well. So now you are Bobby Cure and the Papa Stoppa Band.
Yeah. 'Cause we're
And
still doing those songs by all those people we just mentioned.
you're doing bookings these days, or just
Well, not at
your
the
Wednesday
moment.
night gig?
We got to wait till COVID's over.
Yeah.
But we're talking about maybe doing Sundays now at the max,
Hmm.
an early thing on Sundays, like maybe 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And, we might do that. But we got to wait till they get the okay from the governor and whoever.
Yep.
You know. So,
Well, hopefully it won't be long.
right. Yeah. It's been a long summer with, not playing. This is the longest I've never played since I started.
Yeah, but think of the fun you've had on your boat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not as much fun as I've had in 50 years of playing music.
I know. I know you're itching to get back. So
Yeah.
anyway, well, thank you, Bobby, and it's been a pleasure having you here. So where do you go from here? Just
I'm
maybe
kind of
Sunday nights at the
semi-retired.
max, huh?
Yeah, I might do one night a week. I'm semi-retired now. I don't, and I don't want to go play 5 nights a week anymore. It's too much.
Yeah.
One night, that's fine, and just to keep those oldies alive. And it's a shame nobody else is doing them, but nobody else is doing them.
Yeah, well, like you said, there's not just a few of us left to keep it all alive in our
Right.
own ways.
Right. And you're
And
doing it great. You're doing a great job here
so are you.
on the internet. You keep it going here, which is about the only place you can, because I think OZ has maybe 2 hours a week where they play, Cato and stuff like that.
Hmm.
The rest of the time it's other stuff.
Yeah.
So
I've always been amazed by you because you're about 4 years younger than me. And I remember one time you were doing a gig out by the Brick Oven. It was by veterans at
Oh yeah,
Williams.
yeah. That was yeah.
And this was early in the time that I knew you. And I listened to you, and there you were singing Valley of Tears by Fats Domino. And I said, Bobby, how do you remember that song? How do you do it so well? I mean, that was when you were in diapers.
Well, I had older brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
and knowing the words to the songs was the talent I had. I could,
Mhm.
I could sing 500-600 songs with no book, no anything. Just the words just come out, and that's how
Uh-huh.
I got to do this all my life.
Yeah. Oh, we got some other people that are putting
Uh-oh.
names in
What
here.
questions we got now?
Eddie Bo and Barbara George and Joe Barry and
Mm.
boat rides to Henderson Point and
I don't think Eddie Bo ever played at my club. Uh, I don't think he played there. Who else they said?
Barbara George and Joe Barry. I'm not
Joe
sure.
Barry.
Joe Barry might have.
He might have. He might have played there.
And Glenn May is saying Shirley and Lee.
No, they never played there. I think they were finished by that time. They were gone.
Jules Bartok, he's saying Huey Smith is alive and well, living
Really?
in Baton Rouge. He's 86 and was one of Mac's dearest partners.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah. Because that's
Well,
supposed to
good hear.
be, I think that's supposed to be Huey Smith that plays the piano on Chinese Bandits.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Uh, it's like Pass the Hatchet. You know who's singing Pass the Hatchet? I know you know.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie
That's,
Bo.
yep. And Ed and Sue Sanchez say, tell Bobby that the Wednesday night bunch loves and misses you. He'll be
Good.
back. He'll be back.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, thank you, Bobby. I really appreciate it, and I know everybody else did too. Sorry we had a rough beginning, but all that'll be edited off, and it's going to be very, very clean as we repost it on Facebook and post it on YouTube tonight.
Good. Good.
So, and we look forward to seeing you back behind drums pretty soon.
Well, keep up the good work here on the internet, Bob.
Well,
And well, let's do it again sometime.
you got it.
Get all those questions, write them down.
All right. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.